Cole Metters is perhaps the biggest fool idiot that I've seen on this game in a long time.
Mixies presents the Popcast.
Hey, my name is Brian, that is Shane, and this is the Popcast, and we are talking about Survivor, Season 35, Episode 4, and this one was crazy.
Yeah, there were lots of moving parts in this one, huh? There was some definite strategy that worked for some people, and other people got disappointed. It was this was a really fun episode.
Yes. Okay, so let's quickly talk about the 1600 sub challenge. Do not forget, we are at 1K plus. We are almost there. Once again, it's going quick. The 800 sub challenge feels like it happened a week and a half ago, which I think it did. And we gave away premiere tickets to Star Wars with dinner, candy, popcorn, the works for 3 people. And we're going to be doing something even better for the 1600 sub challenge. Right, Shane?
That's absolutely right. And we just broke, like you said, 1,000 subscribers. So thank you very much for subscribing. And make sure you get your comments in there. To be part of this, all you need to do is subscribe and comment.
That's it.
Multiple entries if you comment over multiple videos.
But while you're there, go ahead and hit the alert button and the share button, just to make it easy for us.
Heck yeah, we could appreciate your help, and let's grow this thing as fast as we can.
Okay, let's get right into Survivor. I love how this episode opened up with a challenge and ended with a challenge. That was much more interesting to watch. And we start off with this crazy, I don't know, what is this? Anyways, we start off with...
Reward challenge?
Right, but we start off with the tribes switching it up.
Yeah, I almost wish that they wouldn't give it away the week before. I guess it gives you something to look forward to, but it would have been cool for it to be a surprise.
Yeah, you're right. How crazy is it, though, that Joe and Alan ended up on the same team?
Yeah, both of the crazies kind of ended up on the same team, which I thought was cool. What's one question I have is Jeff Probst handed each person a folded up buff, basically. So it makes me wonder if the producers actually had it, like people selected and Jeff handed them to the people that he wanted them to, or if it was actually random.
It was not random. No way.
Okay, you think it was set up. Oh, I mean, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because
Jessica and Cole are on the same team. They put the 2 crazies on the same team on purpose to incite dramatic events.
Okay.
Yeah. No, this was planned out. It's okay. I mean, the game is still, it's not like it's rigged, but this part of it was definitely planned out. It was just too perfect not to be. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this one is just a reward challenge. Only goes to 1 team, and it's for some PB&J. And it looks like there's some milk there, too. So, peanut butter jelly and milk.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take that. Making me hungry, man. This 2-month diet is kicking my butt. All right.
That PB&J looks really good, doesn't it?
It does. Looks delicious. All right. It starts off with, blue team, which is the new Alan and Joe team, in a predominant lead. Like, they're going pretty quick. But red team is on their tail.
Right.
And yellow team is dragging us a little bit,
Uh-huh.
The interesting part of this is when it gets to the part where they're throwing the hoop, to grab it. We see.
Yeah, that takes a lot of luck, a lot less skill and more luck, really.
Well, red team gets it quick, and blue team, which is where Alan and Joe are struggling with it. They keep trying over and over again, even while yellow team and red team are already making their puzzles. Blue team is trying desperately to get that hook on there.
Yeah, and Allen a little bit. Allen kind of, I guess he bogarted the throws a little bit there.
He Patricked it, bro.
He Patrick throws.
Yeah, he wouldn't let anybody else do it. You notice how this relationship between Jessica and Mike, very interesting how she just sort of bosses him around and tells him what to do.
Yeah, he didn't really seem to like that very much. And he actually seemed to actually know a little better where the block should go.
Yeah, she was totally bossing him. Even when he went out there on the lake or the river, the ocean. Later on, we get to it where he reveals some information. She's like, "What? What do you want?" Like she's really bossy with Mike.
Right. It's kind of rude.
Yeah. Mike, I'm telling you, Mike and Ryan, these guys are dark horse cockroaches, man.
Yeah, I don't know how much. I mean, Ryan definitely is, and but I don't know about our boy there.
Wait,
I think that
I
Mike
smell a bet?
What's that?
Do I smell a bet?
I mean, it depends on who you think you're picking.
I'll pick Mike, and you can pick Ryan. If you think Ryan is so good at the game.
Yeah, I definitely think that Ryan is going to go further in this game than Mike.
Okay, well, let's double it. Give me the double or nothing, bro.
You want it on Mike? Are you sure?
Yeah, I want it on Mike. Mike got my back.
Okay, so you think Mike's going to go further in the game than Ryan?
Yes.
And I think Ryan is going to go further in the game than Mike?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll take Ryan. That's good. You're on. Double or nothing.
Okay, so my punishment is what we talked about before. If I lose, it's a night in the woods with a GoPro camera and my underwear covered in honey.
No. Double or nothing, my friend.
So if we double or nothing, it's 2 nights.
Yeah, 2 nights, or you go naked and afraid style.
No, I can't go naked and afraid. There's nowhere near here where I won't be arrested for that. It's got to be at my skivvies.
There's a TV show. I'm taking you up into Yosemite, bro. That's what I'm talking about. There's got to be a little bit of. I mean, I got to take you into bear country at least for this.
Okay. I'm also debating the covered in honey part, but we'll see.
Yeah, that seems a little bit too enjoyable. Actually, I can't let you get away with it.
I'm gonna enjoy that too much, being covered in gooey honey. So red team they get that puzzle really, really fast.
Okay.
Jessica yelling at Mike seems to spur him into action, and they get the peanut butter and jelly.
Woo! I got to tell you, it looked good, and I'm not even playing in the game.
Yeah, well, it's because we're fat.
Or I could have just been craving peanut butter and jelly, but thanks.
Yeah, I mean, so they win it, and it doesn't matter who second place is because it was a one winner challenge, and it's nice for them to start their new tribe out with a win. I think that was good for them.
Yeah, I mean, they have 3 people that were previously in the Healers tribe, so they're used to winning. The Healers, of course, are the only group that didn't lose anybody in the previous tribal councils. So, and that leads to something else, because you got to think about it. When they do eventually get down to the top 7 or wherever Survivor decides to break that up, if the Healers have more people left from the original healer tribe, that's an advantage, because then they could slowly pick off the red and the blue team. And that's something that that Alan, I think, and other people alluded to last night, that they needed to get rid of the Healers because there's more of them.
Doesn't matter. My Mike won't go down without a fight.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a healer. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, you're in luck. You're in luck, because Mike is not the problem in the healer tribe. Cole Metters is perhaps the biggest fool idiot that I've seen on this game in a long time.
And we're about to get there. Yep.
Alan was crazy, and Joe is a pig, but Cole is a dummy. So.
Okay, so let's get to this part. You're right. Jessica found an advantage in her bag of chips.
That's correct.
Can you explain this one to me? Because it confused me.
Yeah, the producers are trying to mess with everybody here. They're trying to give you different types of advantages and different things. Basically, the way it works is Jessica, if her tribe ends up at tribal council, she can use that to block the vote of another person. If her tribe does not go to tribal council, then she has to send it to the tribe that is going to tribal council and basically use it to block someone's vote in that tribe. It was a little weird the way they worded it because they almost sounded like you can give it to someone, they can choose who to block. So it was a little bit weird. In the end, it ended up being she blocked the person she gave it to is how it worked.
Why would she block Devin?
Well, smart. Devin was the swing vote. So, there's no way to know exactly how they're going to vote. She's not hanging out in their tribe, but she knows she wants to protect her two healers that are there. She wants to protect Joe and she wants to protect Desi. So the best way to do that is to give them a fighting chance is to kill the swing vote because Devin was the only hustler in that one. So she effectively made it so it was a 2-2 tie.
That is crazy.
It was a smart pick.
Yeah, the way they went down was nuts. That was really hard to find. I remember Devin was like, "That was crazy, man."
Yeah. I mean, it was like the perfect storm lined up for Joe. I mean, he had no idea what was going to happen when he was being a complete jack beep. Earlier in the show, he was being a complete jerk, basically trying to get the attention on him because he knew he had the idol. I mean, I got to admit, Joe played it really well, but he just dug himself such a grave. He now no longer has an idol, and he's going to be targeted seriously.
Yeah, the guy. I think this was the worst play ever. It saved him this week, but I mean, even his ally Desi didn't feel comfortable with him. If he had at least used the idol for her, like if he had used the idol to save her and she was on the chopping block, that would have given him an ally. But he used it to save himself, which her face looked devastated when he did that, and it did save him this week. They lose another challenge. I'm pretty positive Joe is on his way out.
Yeah, if he had just he got really lucky this week. But here's the thing is you got to remember Devin is definitely out to take care of himself. So the person who's really in trouble now next week, if this team goes back, is really Ashley. Ashley's the one that's going to be in trouble because Devin would be smart to align himself with Joe and Desi and boot out Ashley if that's the case so he can keep him in a week longer.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how it goes down. But Joe definitely, and nobody's going to trust Joe after this.
Right, so why would anybody ally with Joe? I think they're going to ally with Ashley. They know Joe has a problem with her. So, I mean, it's going to take Desi realizing that it's going to be better for her if Joe's not around because he's too much of a wild card.
But it's not really because when they get back to the individual, when they all get back together, if there are more healers in the final lineup than there are the other groups, then those guys will band together and start voting out the other people. So it's really in her best interest to keep Joe as long as possible.
I see. Well, let's talk about this idiot, Cole. Jessica tells him that she has the advantage, and he went and goes and immediately tells Ben and Lauren. Like, what a silly, silly thing to do.
The way he thinks is just... I'm sorry, but, I mean, I don't like to make fun of slow people, but holy cow. I mean,
there's a reason why God gave this guy such a pretty face because his IQ is not high.
I mean, he not only, and then he lies about it, right, initially. Why would I? I mean, it's just, obviously, you're totally going to, it reminds me of, like, one of my children telling a lie, and getting caught in it. But then in the end, it might be that this guy is just too good looking that Jessica can't, because she seems to almost kind of forgive him.
Yeah, it looks that way. She's like devastated, and then she's like, he didn't mean to, though. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. So, they both can go as far as.
Pretty boys always getting what they want.
Let me tell you, Lauren's licking her chops right now, man. She's definitely like, she's going to line herself with Ben. It's going to be ugly.
Yep. Okay. Next up, we go to. Okay, I've always been confused, by the way, for the of the different names of tribes, SoCo and all this. I wish they would just stick to the colors, because like whenever they're using the names, I get confused.
I'm not even paying attention to the names, to be honest with you, and I know I'm supposed to, but I liked it better when the survivors chose their own names, and I don't recall them doing that here. So
yeah, like Apprentice. We're like. Yeah, we're Team Starfish.
Yeah.
All right. So we get to the newly formed Yellow Team.
Yep. Here is Ryan working his manipulation already on Chrissy.
Ryan, aka Littlefinger.
Yes.
He's like, yeah, I gave you that immunity or whatever it was in that first day. Yeah.
He did it in such a good way, though. He didn't he didn't do it in like you owe me kind of way. He almost let her spill it. He let her say it, and that's this guy's gonna go far. I don't, he may not win it, but I'm telling you right now, he's gonna go a long ways.
So I agree with you, but I still think that when it comes down to it, Mike's gonna take him out. Mike is a secret Siberian assassin.
I think Mike is Mike's a little too nice, unlike Siberia, who wants to kill me still apparently over all this stuff going on.
She is my protector, Shane.
Yeah, you should probably let her know. You should probably let her know that I'm the one that packages the gifts and the one that's doing the giveaway for her.
Yeah.
So that
but I'm the one that rolls the dice. Okay.
But she doesn't want to kill me until after she gets her prizes.
Okay.
Just saying.
So on from that, Chrissy is very much indebted to Ryan.
Yeah, she honestly, she's telling this to the camera. She really feels it. So she's going to lock into him, which is going to be a mistake for her. She's taking a mom role with him, which I found interesting. So,
yeah. Okay, and we go back to the blue team. This is when they were all happy before they had lost the challenge.
The hot mess.
The hot mess. And you start to see Devin's, feeling a little left out because he's not a healer or a hero. But the fact that poor Ashley ended up with this crazy Alan guy on her team again. She even makes mention of it, too. She's like, I can't believe I ended up with this guy on my team.
Yeah, it was definitely Survivor picking who was going to be where. But Devin was in the perfect spot. Being the swing vote when this happens, it's like, you're not going home. It's a great spot to be in.
Yeah, I think they wanted Joe and Alan to be on the same team because they're both hyper-aggressive.
Probably. They knew there was going to be sparks flying.
Yeah. Joe is a little bit nuts, too, man. Both these guys are nuts.
They definitely don't think before they speak.
No. And Joe was explaining, all of his crazy plans to the camera.
Yeah, he lied. He basically told Devin that, oh yeah, they said they were going to vote you out. And he's trying to manipulate. But the problem with these guys is he has to figure that if I'm Devin, my next move is basically you got nothing to lose. You go back to them and say, I heard you guys. He set him up to be the swing vote by telling him this information. If he had just kept it secret and not said anything, and then they could have gone and said, let's vote out Devin, right? But now he puts Devin into a position of power because Devin's going to go back to them and go, hey, you guys are going to vote me out? That's what I'm hearing. Well, no, of course not. We're going to vote you out. You be with us. So Devin could have played both sides of the coin pretty much through the entire time. He ended up aligning with Ashley and Alan when he really didn't need to. He could have been telling both sides, I'll vote for you, and then he could have made up his own choice in tribal council.
Right, yeah, you're right. You're totally right. And we see Alan and Chrissy getting close. They're the last of their original tribe. And of course, Cole and Jessica going out fishing.
Yeah. Didn't somebody make the comment? They're like, I thought we were all supposed to go out there.
Yeah, no. Cole and Jessica, they do what they want.
Yep, that's obvious.
And that's Lauren like, look at those two people going out there fishing without me. I'm jealous. I want fish.
I'm telling you, though, Lauren's in trouble.
And this is when Lauren questions Mike, and Mike wisely keeps his mouth shut.
Yeah, that's true.
Let
me tell you, unless Lauren and Ben can swing Mike over to him, they're going to have a problem.
They are. And Mike is pretty indebted to Cole and Jessica.
Right. I don't see it happening. They're going to need to win their competitions in order to stay off the hot seat.
Or Lauren's gone. Lauren's the first one they'll get rid of. I really feel like Mike, Jessica, and Cole will vote against Lauren. They want to keep Ben. Ben's nice and strong and good in challenges.
That's true, but that may be the reason to get rid of him, because when you get down to the end, you'll want to.
You want somebody that's not big and strong, right? I get that.
Right, exactly.
But right now, they want somebody on their team that they can trust, that they feel is not going to vote for them in the next tribal council, right? All right, so she straight up asked him, and he lies and said, doesn't know what you're talking about. And he did it in a way that was, like, really believable, too. Like, I don't really know what that is. I mean, there was one was it in the basket? And, and then he promptly goes out to Cole and Jessica, and he's like, yeah, so they know about your immunity. Not your immunity,
yeah.
Sorry, they know about your advantage. And Jessica goes, well, I told you and Cole, and you're telling me that they know, which means you didn't say it, which means Cole did? And Cole's like, no, I didn't, I don't remember that. No, I mean, why would I tell Lauren? Oh, wait, you know what? I might have mentioned it to Ben, in passing. And that's when Jessica was very upset with Cole.
Yeah, she was like almost crying. She was like going to be in tears.
Yeah, she had tears during the interview. But she was like, but I'm sure he didn't mean to do it,
You act that out pretty well.
Thanks. So day 11, we get to the second challenge. This is the immunity challenge. This is going to determine which two teams have immunity status. This is very important because it's their first immunity challenge after they switch up tribes, and they haven't really had a chance to do any decent amount of little fingering manipulation tactics, right?
Oh yeah, they won't have the chance here.
Yeah, so they got to win this, and it's a hard one. You're lifting a pretty big pallet of puzzle pieces, it appears, and you got to get it through an actual puzzle, and then you have to take it underneath the big net. And from there, you have to build your puzzle using the colors that match up.
This was actually a tough one.
Yeah. It looked hard. It looked very, very hard. So we start off really strong on the blue team. They're going through that puzzle really quickly, which I was like, okay, well, they're working as a unit, right?
Uh-huh.
And they even get to the blue, the netting first before the other tribes do. And they're clearly in lead, but you see red is moving through the netting much faster than blue is.
Yes.
I think that's while Alan and them are very strong, Joe and Alan are very strong, they're not very fast.
That's true.
So they did the puzzle, the puzzle board thing really quickly, but they're not moving very fast underneath the net, while red is moving really quickly. Red gets there first, and quickly unties everything and quickly finds the locks to unlock everything, and they are clearly in the lead, while blue has a hard time with the locks.
Yeah, they got pretty unlucky. It ended up being the last key, actually.
Yeah, that's just so unlucky. So so number one, they're bad at puzzles, and they started really late, even though they had a really fast start. They start their thing. Yellow has a lot of trouble with the puzzle. Blue is, it's like, look at this picture. Alan is just like defeated, and they're not even started yet. It's not looking good for Blue. And lo and behold, Blue is on the chopping block because they could not finish the puzzle.
Yeah, it's and I want to think that these core of people have not been great at puzzles anyways. I mean, they're totally at a disadvantage with a guy like Mike, who's really hammered out several puzzles now in a row.
Yeah, Mike's quick.
He's really fast with it. These guys, they kind of were just behind the Powerball, behind the curve to start. I mean, this is a tough challenge, all the way around, but they kind of were at a disadvantage with, I don't think they're a puzzle team.
Yeah, I agree. Later on, Alan actually blames Ashley for being bad at puzzles. So,
yeah,
his previous tribe won a lot because
it was Joe that blamed Ashley.
Sorry, Joe. And Joe's previous tribe won a lot, but remember, Joe's previous tribe had Mike on it.
Yeah, and I think he was trying to put the target on Ashley. He knew he had the immunity idol. It wouldn't have made sense to say that Alan was a weak link, I don't think. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we're back at the Blue tribe, and they're having some trouble here. Devin straight up asked Ashley whether or not she was going to vote him off. She was like, "No, what are you talking about?" And in this conversation, they definitely pulled Devin to their side. Ashley and Alan ended up with Devin firmly on their side of the fence.
Yeah, I love how Devin said, something straight. I felt like Joe was talking to me. It was like a used car salesman.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the way Joe comes across.
Yeah. Why was he a healer again when he should have clearly been a hustler? I don't know.
I think he's an EMT.
No, he's a probation officer.
Oh, sorry, he's a probation officer. They're supposed to be healing people who are coming out of prison, I guess.
Right, okay.
Getting them back on track.
All right, yeah, and some awkward stuff starts to happen. It looks like Alan and Joe are going at it. Joe's trying to mix it up, right? Because he has the idol. He wants to become the target so he can save Desi, right?
Yeah, and Alan, Joe's dumb too. I mean, he's like, you might be surprised tonight. I'm like, why would you say that?
Yeah, now people just assume you have an idol.
Yeah, the whole idea is, sadly, it didn't work because, they should have realized Joe had the idol, was going to use it on himself because he's selfish, and so they should have voted for Desi, but that's not how it went down.
Yeah, if they had voted for Desi, it would have been way different.
Yeah.
Now, it would have been a tie, so how would that have turned out?
I think they usually do a revote. It's been a long time since I've seen a tie, but they'll do a revote, so they give an opportunity to vote again, and then I think they go back to previous votes. So if you've had any previous votes against you, then those will count now, and whoever had the most goes home.
I see. Okay. All right. So yeah, Alan and Joe were not getting along. They definitely tilt their hand. And Ashley's like, yeah, I'm not feeling very comfortable here because, Joe wants me out and Desi is his buddy. And Joe feels confident that he has sufficiently riled up the team against him.
Yep.
Interesting. And Desi's like, why would you do that, man? You threw me under the bus with you. Now,
she was
they're
pretty
just going to
upset.
vote me out.
Yeah, she was pretty upset.
Yeah. Yeah, she was. So that's when Joe tells Desi that he has an idol.
Right. Now everything changed. Desi's like, oh. And she's like, well, you wronged me. You got to use it on me. I hate to break it to you, Desi. That's not the kind of guy Joe is.
Yes, and she did actually say, you got to use it for me because I'm the target now. Now, Joe actually insinuates he might, but, he's not.
Never going to happen. Not with this guy. And honestly, it's guys like Joe that get the furthest in this game, to be honest with you.
Right. And Alan rightfully said, they're writing my name down.
Yeah.
So this is when Devin gets a secret advantage.
Yes, and
So
he thinks it's
explain
going to
this
be
to me.
positive. So he gets it, but he's not allowed to open it yet. I guess he can't open it until he gets to tribal council. So he thinks that something great has just happened.
Ah,
He's thinking he's in luck here, right?
dude.
But it's not an advantage for him.
Dude, he should have shared this with other people.
Well, what could he have shared? He couldn't open it.
He should have said, "Look, I have the secret advantage."
He should have. He should have told. And even when Alan walked away from it at the time, he didn't know what happened. He thought maybe Devin double-crossed him. I don't think anybody quite understood it. And so he should have gone probably to them. But, Devin, as the swing vote, I don't know if he was completely all in. He was voting with these guys. But like he said, he's going to vote for whatever's, going to help himself.
Right.
And even said it in tribal council. So,
well, he's pretty happy right now, considering he has a swing vote and he has a secret advantage. Little does he know, it's actually a secret disadvantage.
yes, exactly. And even I didn't know. I was actually sitting there going, oh, she blew it. She blew it. She sent it to Devin, which was a huge mistake, because I thought the way it was explained on the show was that whoever got that would get to block somebody else's vote. They did not explain this prize very well. They didn't explain it. I didn't realize that Jessica was going to be able to block somebody's vote on the other team. I thought and I think the producers screwed up on this a little bit. I think they kind of fudged it and didn't do it well, because the way it should have been was they should have said, you can block somebody's vote on the other tribe, as opposed to, I thought she was going to give it to them and then they were going to get to block somebody's vote.
Right.
So that was very confusing.
So I thought he was going to block, block Chrissy, Desi or Joe's vote.
That's what I thought was going to happen. So I was a little surprised.
And then somebody was definitely going to be taken out, because it would have been 2 votes didn't matter or whatever, but they would have had to have re-voted, right? And then they would have known that he had the idol, and they could have then voted for Desi.
Right. So either Jessica didn't read it correctly when she read it out loud, or they didn't write it correctly, or the producers changed it when they realized who Jessica was going to give it to. Something happened there behind the scenes that didn't quite translate to the audience, and that's the way it played out.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles. This is Alan looking confused when his name is up and he's raising his hand. Hey Jeff, can I stay, bro? And Jeff's like, no, Alan, it's time for you to go.
Yeah, Alan knew, man. He had he laughed, and he was like, you don't even need to count the votes. I know it's me. I'm going home. In his exit interview, Alan talks a lot about, he said that basically that Joe played a good game, but he was so focused on, he said he could not be on the island with Joe after this. So he just couldn't get past the idea of Joe had to go and think about it enough to be able to say, oh, maybe we should have voted for Desi. He said he got single focused on getting rid of Joe.
Clearly, yeah. And I love how Devin says, that was crazy.
Yeah. You know why he's doing that right there? He's like, I'm going to have to make new alliances because, this is what Devin's thinking right there.
Yeah, and Joe is definitely outed himself as someone that needs to go home. So
yeah, but if you look at this picture right here, if you look at, at what we're doing here, that's going to be your 3, and Ashley's going to be out. You'll see.
All right. Well, you want to make a little side wager?
Listen, we cannot bet on everything that happens.
What? Side wager. Come on.
No, betting against something I say is not a wager.
I disagree. Wager. I think that if they go to tribal council next week, it'll be either Alan or Joe, and Joe will go home.
It'll be either Alan and Joe, or Joe.
I'm sorry. It'll be either Joe or Ashley, and Joe will go home.
Okay. Number 1, they're not going back to tribal council next week. So
well, if they do,
yeah. So I don't know why you keep throwing out all these bets.
I'm trying to win a bet, bro. I'm losing every time.
No, you're going in the woods, bro.
I keep losing.
I listen. You're already thinking. I'm already going out there. I might as well just keep betting.
No. I did double or nothing. Okay, if Mike pulls it off, I'm back in this thing.
One at a time, my friend.
All right. Sissy. All right.
Whatever, man.
And that's it for the show, guys. It was a great episode last night. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see next week, and I can't wait to see Joe go home after they lose their immunity. And he has no more tribe. He has no more idol. Yeah, it's heating up.
It's really worth it. Listen, if you're checking this show out and you happen to get this far, it's worth watching this show. It's kind of the kind of TV where you got to see what's going to happen. It's interesting. It really is.
It really is. Okay, and that's it for our show, which is also heating up. Over 1K subscribers. Don't forget our 1600 sub challenge. Hit that comment button, that subscribe button, that like button. Give us a whole hat trick. Let us know if you disagree, agree, or if you have any suggestions on new stuff in the future. Remember, there is no Orville tomorrow. Tonight, instead of the Orville, it's Rocky Horror Picture Show. We, however, did an Orville show yesterday. In hindsight, we probably should have saved that for tomorrow, but I forgot.
Right?
I forgot there was no Orville. Yeah,
I actually did too.
So that means we'll see you guys on Monday for Star Trek Discovery. Have a great weekend, and see you on Monday.
All right, guys. We'll see you Monday.